Yo, what's up? What's up? It's your boy Kupz the Universe, and we are back. Today I just wanted to talk about the Shazam movie because it was kind of like another flop in my opinion. Um, Basically in the Shazam movie now, you know, it kind of tried to imply that, first of all, those were kids, and then when they said Shazam, they was grown, right? But they was actually like kids. So like, what does like the world look at like kids? Not kids, because they look at kids like kids, but they actually look at kids like, you know what I'm saying, little adults in some places. And you know what I'm saying, they can hunt and they get rites of passages at certain ages and things, right? But they're trying to say like, certain adults that are incompetent of handling their own, you know what I'm saying, commerce or whatever. And it's like babies. So it's like, oh, if y'all had superpowers, y'all like little kids with superpowers, right? Because the wizard was tight that he gave the guy. Now, basically, Shazam in the first one, when he did what he did with the staff, you know what I'm saying? He apparently broke the barrier. He didn't know. But I don't blame him because you know what I'm saying. The wizard didn't tell him. We all know that Shazam is a symbolic symbol for Satan. Like that's what I heard in the certain circles, and they made sense when they made that argument. But anyway, so now Shazam is definitely like a Greek situation. The sisters, they was like Greek situations. Now, Lucy Lawless, right? That's her name. She's cool. She's the cool Asian lady. I like her in a lot of her martial arts movies. You know what I'm saying? I really do. But in Pirates of Caribbean, Jack Sprat, or whatever his name is called, when they met Kalise, she had dreads and she was a melanated woman. So for them to make Kalise in Shazam an Asian woman, no offense to Asian people, right? I'm not even trying to diss Asian people. It's just saying like Kalise, the water whatever lady that grows real big and all that, you know what I'm saying? Y'all probably know the stories. Melanated, bro. There's melanated people. So once I seen she wasn't melanated, it was like, oh man, here we go with the light washing, right? I'm not gonna say whitewashing, light washing. They just want to lighten up the skin complexion of what Khalees was. They also had the apple. They went into the whole seed of the tree of life, and they was really talking about the tree of life, like that was the where they got their magic from and whatever, however, and they had to get the seed. They had to plant the seed in the planet, right? It was in a big ass apple, which she didn't even cut the apple open. She just stuffed it in the ground, and big tree came out of it, right? And what they was trying to say was like, oh, the tree isn't made for the soil, right? Like one of the sisters, you know what I'm saying, was and there's another thing. If you a superhero, don't fall for the nonsense, right? The little boy with the crutches, he was so eager to be a superhero. Once he became a superhero, it was like basically the family didn't stick together. They didn't rock together. They was all doing their different things. They all wanted to save crime at their own time. They didn't really want to do it together, right? And so the girl started giving him a little bit of attention and asking him a little bit of questions, and he was just like, oh my God, a girl is in love with me. She likes me a lot, right? Type energy. And then come to find out, she was one of the sisters, and she was just using them they took his power right away, right? He thought he was, poof, took his power from him. But then they was able to take the power back and fly around and take the stick from her and dodge the lasers. So it was kind of like it really didn't mean nothing. Like their powers didn't really mean nothing. They had this thing that they'd whisper in your ear and make you run and attack people, or make you run and whisper it to other people's ear, or you know what I'm saying, tell them what they wanted to know. And the wizard was like basically, you know what I'm saying, tight that he gave Shazam and them, because they was acting like kids, and they was through the whole movie. It was kind of upsetting to me because I was like, yo, they are behaving like kids. Like these type, if you was to gain abilities like those Shazam kids in the situation in reality, it's like, don't think that you're just gonna be able to play around with that. It's gonna be a reason. Like you won't know. It's not like, you know, the universe, father universe, mother universe, however you want to put it. You know what I'm saying? Wouldn't allow that to happen to you unless there was a bigger reason for it down the line. So basically, she was like, "Oh, the tree, the girl that you know captured the little boy, you know, the dude with the crutch that was superhero. She liked him though, you know. So she was like straddling the fence between being with her sisters and being with them, right? And basically, so she was on some like she wanted to save them after a point, you know what I'm saying? And when they put the tree and the apple with the thing into the ground and it grows a tree, she was like, "Oh no, in like God realm, I guess what they was calling it, right? Oh, something like that, right? It's like, oh, this is such a beautiful tree with beautiful fruit. Oh, on Earth, it's not meant to be planted here. Look at the fruit." And then there was like a bunch of mythological creatures, but like deformed versions of them. All kinds, harpies, all kinds. Now, in this movie, they made, now look, in this movie, they made the unicorn the most fierce. They called the unicorn the like the beast of beasts. Like, it scared everybody else. Everybody else was scared of the unicorns, right? And then it was this big black horse. It looked like the black horse, like, you know, the horse riders be riding on, right? Like the big black horse. Not like a stallion, but like the riders of death and all that stuff, right? It looked something like that. The big horn and all that. It looked metal. And then the little girl come through and threw the Skittles. When she said, come. And the little girl called the unicorn. She just threw some Skittles and gonna say, taste the rainbow. Son, Shazam, the new one, was wild, corny. It was for little kids. I gotta say that. The jokes, the puns, everything was just like, miss me with it. Like, basically they fighting. The sisters, of course, gonna fight against each other because one sister like, I hate the humans, they're mean and they're they're disgusting and let's should kill them. And the other sister, older sister with the white hair, she's not really thinking like that, but the other sister likes the little boy, so she don't really want to destroy that. So they took her powers from her, because I'm just shortening this up because this shit was corny. And then she walk around like a human and shit, and then all those little monsters was attacking people and they was running around and shit. Shazam and them niggas was moving around and shit. You know what I'm saying? And he figured out a way. So basically, they had covered the city in a dome so they could destroy the shit. And the sister that girl, the other sister tried to turn on, the KALISE was the one that turned on everybody, but she wasn't black. She was supposed to be melanated. And basically, when she you know what I'm saying? She basically didn't die, the girl, that the other sister, and then Shazam went to her. He basically like electrocuted her, like a shocked her heart back to play. She shrunk the barrier. The barrier kept Shazam and KALISE and the big dragon. Oh yeah, it was this big dragon of fear that was supposed to be guarding Atlantis, and it would go like this, open his wings and go, ah, man, light come from it, and basically it just put fear into every pore of your body. But the little boy that was with the crutches, he was actually stronger than they thought. He was fighting the mind control of the witch lady, and he was fighting the fear of the dragon to get to the girl because he really liked that girl. You know what I'm saying? So that goes to show you that not every superhero, superpower is something that, you know what I'm saying, is obvious. And basically, long story short, Shazam short-circuited the staff, and then like, boom, it blew up, and like he was burnt as a little boy, and KALISE was dead, and the dragon was dead, and they was crying, and they buried him. It was like a funeral, and then they was like, oh, only a god can spark the whatever, this little, you know, the wizard staff. And then here goes Wonder Woman. She walk out, because, you know, she's like a demigoddess and shit. She walk out like a G. This shit was corny, but at least it was the real Wonder Woman, though. That's the funny thing. They kept it good, like the same. So then she just grabs the stick and shit, she does some shit, and like I thought she was gonna go like this, you know what I'm saying? And that would have made more sense, but she just like struck it and like lightning came down like she was Thor or some shit, and then boom, it hit the thing, and basically it like because that was what they needed to bring a god back to life, enough voltage, and then it was like, and then this nigga Shazam punch out the ground, and, you know what I'm saying? Oh my gosh, like. You know what I'm saying? Basically, one of those situations, and then because he was dreaming about Wonder Woman, and he finally met at the end, so he was trying to scream at her, but she was like, keep working, Billy Bass. Like she knew he was a little boy. You know what I'm saying? Even though he was in a man's body. You see what I'm saying? So basically, what I took out of this movie is that one, when you have certain abilities or when you have certain responsibilities, you can't squander it off like a kid. If it's your responsibility, if you're quote unquote a chosen one in your own mind and your own right, then there's certain responsibilities and things that comes with it that you can't squander off. They were squandering it off. Two, they didn't really explore that magic cave of theirs that they had. You know what I'm saying? Because one of the rooms went right to the place where these people were at when they took the brother. You know what I'm saying? And three, like I said, it was all Greek, 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 Greek. You know what I'm saying? And that's how they was really trying to go with the Greek, right? So Shazam has like Greek stuff anyway. Like his whole catalog of powers is like comes from Greek, right? So you know what I'm saying? Basically at the end, the parents and all of them found out that they had superpowers, and now it was like one big happy superpower family. And I think they all got superpowers at the end because they asked, and then the wizard was like if it could be happen, it could be done, and you know what I'm saying. So basically, that's how that Shazam movie went off. He thought he was going to get kicked out the family, but he didn't. You know what I'm saying, and I think it was made for kids. It wasn't as good as I thought they could make it. It really wasn't. Not at all. Not even a little bit. And yeah, so I'm just gonna keep it real. I just like a lot of the way the graphics in the movies were set up and certain little things. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like that was another epic miss by Marvel, man. Another epic miss. You know what I'm saying? So yo, it's your boy Kupz the Universe, aka PD Mossberg, aka Poet Lounge, and I'll holla at you. This has been my Shazam movie review, and we'll get back with you. I'll get back with you, man. Everybody have a blessed one. You know what I'm saying? Stay great. Peace.